welcome to another episode with Jen Loves Yarn. This is episode number 10, and this is where I share all of my knits, progress on knits, finished objects, all the things. So thank you for joining me. If you're new here, welcome. And for those of you who keep sticking around, thank you. Thank you for coming back. It's been a minute since I've done the regular podcast format because we last time did the Advent Roundup. Thank you for all of your input, comments, and excitement around the Advent Roundup. I am so excited for Advent season. In an upcoming episode, I am going to share my Advents with you. Not the secret about them, not the individual hanks or anything, but I'm going to share with you which ones I got, how I like to go about organizing them before the season starts, and what I relish and really enjoy about Advent season. So stay tuned for that. I'll get to that when I have a little bit of time. But for today, we're going to go with the traditional format. We're going to start with what I'm wearing. So I am wearing my lento. I wish you could feel this. It is, Susie of Fiber MacGyver is a genius. I have used her, so the Lento by Jonna Helen is a really, really fun pattern. This is the first. I know many people have made a lot of these. This is my first, and I promise it will not be my last. It was so much fun to knit. I think the recommended needle is a 10. I was on a US 10.5. And this flew off the needles. I really, really enjoyed the knit. It's a basic raglan, and it is, playing with different weights of yarn to get gauge. So that was super fun. I do have a couple of combinations in the wings, but let's start with the yarn that I used. So I used a yak fingering base in the color emerald. So it really is an emerald, a very dark green from Fiber MacGyver. And then I held it with a Surrey silk from Fiber MacGyver in the color understory. And I think I've mentioned this before. I have a number of sweaters where I've held mohair and over the years, and it never bothered me until the last couple of years. So I find them really hard to wear without something underneath. And I think that I have found my alternative. So holding the Surrey silk instead of the mohair definitely makes this next to skin for me. And this will get a lot of wear. It when I got it off of, when I bound it off and tried it on, I was like, oh, I don't know. It was a little more fitted and shorter than I wanted. And we had been out hunting. We were in the fish house, and I unpicked the bind off, and I just did the bind off in pattern, but I unpicked it and ended up doing a, I didn't want to do an Italian bind off. I think those are beautiful, and I do them on everything, whether it's recommended or not. But a pattern like this that is so marled and busy, you can't really distinguish the nice finish, right? Because it's busy. So I bound off in pattern. And when I did that, I went to try it on, and I was like, it felt tight, it felt short, but I knew it was going to grow, so I didn't want to overdo it. But my bind off was a little bit tight. So I did go in, unpick the bind off, and that I had just done in pattern. And then I added a couple of rows of ribbing. I had plenty of yarn, so why not? Added a couple of rows of ribbing. And then I ended up doing a modified version of Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. So look that up. If you've never done it, for anything that you need to have some elasticity with, that is a wonderful option. I find sometimes it can get too big, too loose, so I end up doing yarn overs just before every knit versus before every knit and every yarn over. That will make more sense if you're familiar with Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off, or if you look it up. But so that's what I ended up doing, and I got a really terrific fit. I love it. This will get a lot of wear. If you haven't made a lento, I highly recommend. You might remember a couple of episodes ago, my friends and I got together, the makers that are local to me, and you got a chance to get to know them a little bit better. And Katie of Hummingbird Yarn Co. and I had lentos on the needles, and Angie had purchased yarn at Indie Untangled for the lento, and Jess has since cast her lento on, and her colors are phenomenal. So we did say in that episode we'd come back and do another catch up, collective catch up when everybody has their lentos done. So stay tuned for that. And today is so many finishes. It feels good to have some checks in the finish column. But we're gonna start with the Rough Road hat. So Rough Road hat, this is in the Magpie Fibers exclusive colorway for the Woolen Affair. And it is holding yarn double. So it was these, Swanky sock, and I forget the base of the other one, but they are beautiful. So this is the hat. It fits wonderfully. I am not going to try it on for you right now because you can probably tell already, I have so much static in my hair today. Well, I'll be looking like Albert Einstein if we do that. So we're not going to do that. But I did a short on this about how I block it with a balloon and get that negative ease, and it just fits really, really great. You can see that, I should say what it is. It's the Rough Road hat by Rachel Larson. So this was a super fun knit. I'm gonna keep in mind this pattern, this patterning stitch. It's gonna make another appearance here in a little bit. But yeah, I have, I think enough yarn left that I'm gonna go ahead and just whip up some fingerless mitts. Just something super simple, you know, not really sure what yet because I really don't know how much I have left, but I am going to get some mitts out of it. So the Rough Road hat, this is the one that I was knitting, well, am knitting with Angie of Pearls and Pines, the Yarn Cabin, our local yarn shop, and Jen, who is my friend that I met at the Mayak retreat in Italy earlier this year. I need to stop saying that because you all know I say, hi, Jen, every episode. So hi, Jen. So they have theirs on the needles, and I think Jen's in the home stretch, and Angie's just like me. She's squirreled on a couple of other things. So Rough Road hat, Rachel Larson, super fun pattern. You should check it out. All right. It's going to be a disaster when I'm done today because the things are everywhere. Let's see. Last time I was near done with these. So actually I think I was done with these. These are the Wild Geese socks by Nancy of Knit Sip Happy. I tested these for her. The pattern has since released, and you guys, these are so fun. These are a DK weight toe up sock, and the fit is phenomenal. So run, don't walk to get this pattern from Nancy. I will put the link below, of course, and let me just kind of give you an idea of this patterning that runs down the front. So Wild Geese, it's that V formation. I think that's fantastic. And then on the back, the V's don't carry, just the garter bump. Love these. Go check them out. Nancy, thank you for being such a wonderful designer, and you are so lovely to test for. So thank you for another great experience. All right. I finished my October. So I've done all the things, you guys, like Desert Vista Dye Works, and you know, the clubs, right, where you knit the socks year round. This one is, I'm in the home stretch. So these are the October socks. Staying committed for 10 months is a pretty big deal for me, for as many WIPs as I like to have on the go. And I'm pretty impressed that I have stuck with it for 10 months. So this is the Farmer's Daughter Fibers October Sock Squad. I have decided I am going to sign up for the Sock Squad again next year. I thoroughly enjoy it. The color inspo that they shared is phenomenal, And you guys, this club could not be more affordable. It's just amazing. So vanilla socks, 64 stitches on a US 1.5. And it's just vanilla. I think I did, I usually am like 12 or 15, sometimes a little more depending on my mood. 60 rounds for the leg, heel flap, turn and gusset. Another 60 to the toe. And then let me show you this one for the toe. Always the rounded toe, no matter what the pattern or sock is, by Nancy of Knit Zip Happy. So I always use this toe. It's very comfortable. But I love this colorway. I have some of this left too, and I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with it, but something special because I really love this colorway. All right. I'm flying through these FOs. Let's see. Okay, this one's going to be a little story. So, at the end of this video, I'm going to put in some footage of my hunting season, and we're stitching or knitting memories into all of these projects because we're always knitting. So I have a WIP that I was knitting in the deer stand and a bunch of other WIPs, as you know. And my friend Jess of the Knitted Butterfly reached out and was like, hey, I have this knit collage yarn. I have 5 hanks of this knit collage yarn. This hair's driving me crazy right here. And I don't see myself using it. So do you want it? And the reason she offered is it's green. And let me see if I can find. So it's green. And you can see let me see if I can get. There you go. You can see that it's got some gold shimmer in it. So I said, I don't want it, but I will buy it from you because green and super bulky. And she said, nope. She goes, you either take it or you don't get it. I mean, okay. So I took it. And she asked me on a Friday, and on Saturday, Angie of the Yarn Cabin hosted a knit and a movie. She called it Pearls and Popcorn. And so she rented out the Old Chief Theater. It's a historic downtown theater in the heart of Bemidji. And the lights were kept on, and we knit on our projects. Prior to that, a few of us went to to Bridget's Pub across the street, had a couple of appetizers and adult beverages, and she gave me the yarn, and I cast on the Nanaimo Cardi. Y'all, the next day, she was done. I've worn it twice, and here it is. It's so cute, and it flew off the needles. So the ribbing was done on a size 13, and the body is on a US 19. First of all, I can't even believe I had a US 19, but it was, I did, and Angie now has them. I brought them to Knit Night last night for her because she is dyeing herself some super bulky in classic Angie colors, which is like a mustard color. And so she's also going to make one, but this is so much fun. And you guys, it just flew. So squirrel, and here we are in it, that one. Couple of things. So it did go quickly. I probably pushed a little too hard, and it's not like I was pushing. I was genuinely interested in making this, but I couldn't put it down. As a result, like, it was really hard on the hands. The big thick yarn and the bulky needles. So I was glad to have it off the needles. So this wasn't so much a process knit as it is a project. Like, I've worn this. I got it done. I started on Saturday, got it done on Sunday, and wore it Monday to work, wore it yesterday to work, and to Knit Night. And the only thing is, you'll see, I'll put a picture in of the pattern picture so that you can see how the collar is intended to lay. what I found is that the collar wanted to sag, like the whole upper piece wanted to sag a bit. So I'd worn it on Monday to work. It sagged a little bit. So I went back in and I did some crocheted reinforcement. I just went into every other, well, not every other, every knit column for 5 columns, and I did a single crochet. And that really brought it in. So now the collar does stand up. And I did the same thing on the back. So about, I didn't get technical with it, but just about dead center in the back, same thing, a 5 column single crochet. And then again on the other side. Looks like I need to cut that. But then again on the other side, actually I don't need to cut it. It's coming out. So I need to firm that up. I gotta fix that. But anyways, super fun Nanaimo cardigan, super bulky, great knit, fun to wear. Check it out. So those are my finishes. Those were a lot of finishes. And it's a good thing because we'll wait till you see what I have on the needles. It's kind of bananas, but take a drink first. All right. You know what let's do before we get into WIPs is, you remember my friend Valerie from Cooper's Corner. She kindly gave me this plop. You can put your phone in it, your pattern in it, all the things in it, iPad, whatever. Prop up your pattern, prop up whatever you want. I have one. I used it to prop up the camera and do some FO shots. So just, I use mine a lot for a lot of things. That said, she gave this to me at Cake Palooza to pass on to one of you in a giveaway. I also got at Indie Untangled this super cute backpack from Mitchell Wool Co. So in the last episode, I shared that these were a giveaway, and I have picked the winner. So the winner is, I'll put it on the screen, but the winner is Julie Dominic Mockwich. I totally screwed that up. Didn't say it right. It's on the screen. But Julie Dominic Mockwich, 1710. Reach out to me in the email below, jenlovesyarnpodcast@gmail.com. It will be in the description box below. And get me your address and I will send these out to you. So congratulations. You'll love it. Okay, I set, you guys, so many WIPs. Now, one might say this WIP section is a bit out of control. I like to call it a menu, right? We don't eat the same thing every day. It's just a menu of options for me to choose from, depending on my mood, my need for color, whether I'm knitting on the go. So consider this my menu, my knitting menu. On the needles, first thing first is again, Valerie from Cooper's Corner. She might be a theme today. So this beautiful bag, love the drawstring. I use this one on the walking pad quite a bit because I can just hang it from my wrist. But she does beautiful work. And the inside is this really lovely pink fabric. This is my November. Looks like a mess right now, but this is my November Farmer's Daughter Fibers. Why can I never say that? You'd think this far in. But this is the November Club. And I cast the socks on for November as I was sitting in the deer stand. And I didn't have a pattern, but I was kind of sick of vanilla. So let me actually get a sock blocker here. I have so many sock blockers. Why I bring one to work with is beyond me. They're literally just out of reach, but right over there. So here, one sock is done, and she's beautiful. Okay. So on this one, I think I did closer to like 15 or 16 2x2 rib. This is a sitting in the deer stand, tired of vanilla, wanted to cast something on, didn't want to, for it to be something I needed to reference because I was hunting. So I had the rough road pattern repeat, like the pattern repeat in my head, and I thought, "Oh, I'll just do it here." So I did. So we have a 2x2 rib, roughly around 60 inches, or not inches, whoa, that would be a sock, 60 rounds to the heel flap and gusset. And then I just carried the design across the toe. I put this marker in because it told me I needed just to go 1.5 inches more to my measurement. So this is a beautiful knitted butterfly, progress keeper, and just the toe to finish out, the rounded toe by Nancy of Knit Sip Happy to finish out. So yeah, I have not cast the other one on yet. We are celebrating Thanksgiving and my mother-in-law's birthday this weekend. And so I will have plenty of time for knitting as we travel. So I'll get that one cast on and going. It is this colorway is just super fun and the pattern is really easy and I'm really enjoying the sock. So I'll get that one cast on this weekend. Let's see. There's so many. Okay, let's go to the Jotter scarf. This is a slow and steady. I want this finished object and I'll work on it as I can. So you might remember this is the Jotter scarf. I didn't write down by who, but it'll be in the comments below. So I am using Pearls and Pine in the apple cider donut colorway paired with Falling on My Ash. This is kind of curling up. But yeah, I'm really, the last time we met, I was here. So I've put, I have a 1-inch tattoo on my finger so I can measure my knits. But yeah, that's just a little over 1 inch, probably 1.25 inches of progress since we last met. So that's the update on that one. This is just slow and steady. And I'm really loving the colorways. And here they are. Apple cider donut, Falling on My Ash. But yeah, that Jotter scarf, because it is one pattern on one end and one on the other, you'll get halfway through, you'll start decreasing and have another wonderful pattern to follow. So this one is really fun. I don't have the pattern memorized. It's like a 16 or 18 row repeat. This is in a Tanny Casey bag. Imagine that. But it's a 16 or 18 row repeat. And frankly, I just need, it's morning knitting. I just need my iPad or a pattern to reference for that one. But little progress on the Jotter scarf. Okay, I'm so excited about this WIP. This is another one that jumped on the needles. So Happy Camp Sweater by Brienne Moody. It is everywhere and there are some stunning color combinations. Well, she is coming out with the cardigan version and I am testing it right now. So it will come out, well, the test ends in the early part of January, so I'm assuming it will come out sometime thereafter. But it is a cardigan and it is a colorwork cardigan. Obviously, it's got the Happy Camp theme in it. And it is going to be my first ever steek. So I'm super excited. But let me talk to you about the yarn that I'm using. So if you don't know who these lovely ladies are, go check them out. So Beautiful Sister, they are known for their amazing bags and yarn. Like they're phenomenal. I have some of their bags too that I just love. But this is Cloud 9. It's a BFL merino naturally dyed silk, and it's a non-superwash DK. And I got this last year at Indie Untangled. And I have been, I'll show it you in the wound up version. I love this yarn, and I have waited so long to cast it on because I wanted it to be something really special. And it is. So this is going to be kind of rolled up. So this is my cardigan. I'm just, and here's the steek. There's a lot going on there, but here's the steek between these two markers. I have stitch stoppers, holiday coffee cup stitch stoppers from, in fact, I picked those up last night at knit night at the yarn cabin. This is phenomenal. I am loving it. Now, I just started, I am about 4 rounds in to the color work. I did swatch. I'll put a picture of the swatch in because it's too far away to go grab. And what you'll see is that the it looked great. The swatch looks great. So I swatched my color work. I knew what I was going to do. And now that I'm seeing this in its full glory, so I know we don't have very much progress on here, but now that you're seeing this, or I'm seeing this, there are spots where this green color, this is lavender loom, by the way, there are spots where this is so light that it doesn't have high contrast. Not that I want high contrast, but you really can't tell some of the variegation in the Beautiful Sister from the color work. So I'm gonna, I was gonna use this in a brown color. I'm gonna back out my 4 rounds and I'm gonna go a different route because I do want the color work to be more prominent than this. So in this case, I swatched, I loved it. And as I play it out over more than just the swatch portion, it's just pretty blendy. So I felt like I was kind of undecided before I started, but you can see, I may go a couple more rounds and just see, y'all. We'll see. Stay tuned for next time and see what I do. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just knitting. But yeah, that's the Happy Camp. It is not out yet. And I should say it's the Happy Camp Cardi by Brian Moody. Not out yet. I am using Beautiful Sister and Lavender Loon until further notice. But I'll let you guys know next time what I've decided. So anyway, that is super fun and I cannot wait to steek it. And I will do a video of me steeking it because it will be my first time. And I feel like that might be helpful to somebody else. So I think this is going to, I always consider test knits before I do them because they're such a commitment. And I wanted the outcome of this one, but I also wanted to learn something new in the steeking. And I think it will give me confidence to finish up another WIP that I have on the needles that has some steeking. It's a pullover, but it's color work, all over color work, and you steek the arms and the neck, and it's been in hibernation for a very long time. So it's time to figure out the steeking business and get it done. I am holding my Happy Camp Cardi in this beautiful, wait for it, Tanny Casey bag. I got this at Cake Palooza a couple of years ago, and this fabric is, this is one of my favorite Christmas bags for sure. And I'm starting to transition everything into Christmas bags. So yeah, it's big. I've got 5 skeins. I mean, this is a great sweater, sweater size bag for sure. It's got a little Christmas tree. She's just so good and so thoughtful. It's got 2 pockets inside. I don't need to give you the Tanny Casey tour of the bags every time, but you guys, I just love them. So that is another WIP. Okay, let's visit about, so y'all know I was getting, or am getting, the, yeah, I am getting the Freckled Whimsy Serendipity DK Wednesday Hanks. It's a club, and I'm getting them every month. It started in September. So I have September, October, November I have received. And I started a miter square blanket, you might remember. And I have added the November square. I'm loving this. Okay, so let's revisit. I started here. So this corner square is September. This one is October. And this one is November. And yet another club I'm keeping up with. Who am I? So this is fun. If you go back a couple of episodes, this is just a self-drafted pattern. It's a miter square, and I can't remember how many I cast on, but I wanted to use most of the hank in a square. Wanted to be able to have enough to do two. So this was the last one I did. And it was this. And this is what I have left. So my plan for this blanket is I will, again, start it here, and end it here. I'll go in with the next club and I'll start building down. So I'll add one here, add one in the middle, and then add one on the end. And I'll just keep building it out diagonally. Once I've done all of them, and this club will come into next year. So once I've done all of them, then I will go back and do another square in each. And it should be a decent sized blanket. And it's garter in DK, so it's super squish. The squish factor is awesome. Another Progress Keeper by the Knitted Butterfly. I'm having a ton of fun with this mitered square blanket, and it's being held in my Cake Palooza bag, which that was Cake Palooza merch. So Cake Wilco in collaboration with, wait for it, Tanny Casey. Yeah, I love her. She's I was like, oh, I don't really need another bag. And then it was really cute though. And it does remind me of my good times at, in the over the Rhinebeck weekend. But when I saw it was a Tanny Casey collab, I was like, no, you don't need another bag, but you're going to get it. So I did. So that is the, what I'm just calling my mitered square freckled whimsy blanket. Let's see. Oh, remember this one? Okay, this is a big bag of yarn. So this is being held in my London bag that my sweet friend Angie got for me when she went this last spring. Might have been winter even. But I love this bag, and it is holding my rain or shine blanket. Okay, so remember all this business? Does that make you happy? It's the biggest, brightest bag full of yarn ever. I love it. But these are all the Fiber Genie. So Genie of Genie of the Fiber Genie. This was an 80s collection. She had it on Instagram. I was showing it and I was like, must have. Didn't need, wanted. So I grabbed it and I decided to do, oh, good, great podcaster. We're mid row. It's okay. It's just going to be how it is. We'll hold it this way. Mid row. Awesome. Okay. So here we go. I have not made much progress since last time. It's progress though. It's good. Like how much progress? Let me measure. It's an inch worth of progress. So last time we visited about this blanket. So a couple of things. Rain or Shine Blanket by Stephen West. In the original pattern, you are holding, fingering double. There's a cadence of, picking up and dropping one or the other to give it a marled effect. And it's beautiful. So I mentioned that because this would be an amazing stash buster. I, however, chose to use a DK weight. And so I'm not doing any of the marling business. I'm literally just following the pattern. And every time the 8-row repeat is over, I switch colors. And it's funny, last time we talked about this, I thought, oh, hopefully, okay, from the pink to the brown is the full color repeat for all the colors I have. And I thought, so last time we met, I was like, oh, well, I better go ahead and weigh those and see if I have enough to do another full repeat. You guys, I could do like 4 more repeats or something. It's, I had like 90. I measured I weighed the brown hank when I was done because it's the one that has had the most play, um, the largest rows in each section in each full repeat. And I still had like 90 grams of yarn and they're 100-gram hanks. So we're just going to keep rocking and rolling on this. This is a long-term WIP and I'll keep bringing it and showing it as I make progress. I might put this one in some kind of rotation. You're probably getting sick of seeing it, but I'll do it in some kind of rotation, maybe every other episode or so. There are quite a few ends. I am using the Weave and Steven method. It's actually a method I've been using long before I knew that it was even called Steven Weaving. You just wrap your ends around over your working yarn and plug along so you can see that they're just kind of woven in as you go. There's controversy about that, whether it holds or not, this or that. I use it all the time. I don't like using the Weave and Steven in garments because I do find that it pulls or gapes where you're connecting your yarn. But in a project like this, weaving them as we go, I will block this and then I will trim after it's blocked. So that is the Rain or Shine blanket. And it is a really fun one. You could also consider doing this with like a main color and an advent. I should add this to the advent bundle because you could certainly use a primary color and hold your advent with it, getting a DK, and have fun playing with this. That is such a good idea. I'll add that one to the advent bundle. It's just a fun knit. It's so fun. All right. Well, let's do the WIP Spotlight because for those of you who are new, I have a lot of WIPs. Okay, let's distinguish. So I have my menu of options, which we'll call my current WIPs, the active WIPs, things that I'm actively working on. And then I also have just a whole bunch of other, I said that like I'm ashamed. I'm not. I have a lot of other WIPs. I've gone through them all. Some of them are years old, but none of them I want to part with. I want to work on all of them. And at some point, I'll get win back in my sales for those projects. In the meantime, though, we are, part of this podcast is having a WIP Spotlight. And I started that with episode 1, and it is something that it just helps me get these WIPs back in rotation. So the one I want to show you or the one that I'm currently working on, or that has the current spotlight, is the Maple Vest by Yunjong. And I'm holding this one. I'll let you just guess. Tanny Casey bag. This is the first sweater size Tanny Casey bag I ever bought, and it is what started the crazy. So beautiful wax canvas bottom. Like, they're just so good. I won't keep going on and on, but very big bags. For this project, I am holding 2 together. So I'm holding this Momo base from Lamb & Kid in the color Forest, Dark Forest. It's green. I don't know. And then this is Fiber MacGyver, and it is a DK weight in an exclusive colorway for the Yarn Cabin, my local yarn store. And I'm holding these together to make the Maple Vest. And the fabric is awesome. Okay, so I've been plugging along on this since a couple of episodes ago. And the last time we met, I had just split. So this, here it is. She's lovely. And then what happens on the side, you get down a couple of inches and you split off. You put the back stitches on hold. Eventually, this lifeline that I've put in, that just runs across, you can kind of see it there. Eventually, I'll do some situation where I overlap them, knit them together, and then I'll do this band on the back as well. You'll see that in the finished or in the pattern photo that I put in. But let me see if I can hold this better. There we go. make a mistake? Oh, I mean, probably, but no, it's the way it's being pulled on. Anyway, so that is it. I'll keep going. And I think I have like another 15 rows or so before I get into a very thick band of this that runs across the entirety of the hem for the front. So I don't know how much that is, but that's solid progress since we last met, several inches. So I'm really just finding this very enjoyable right now. Another progress keeper by the Knitted Butterfly. And yeah, I intend to keep going on this. It is really lovely. And after the Staffen vest, I found that I kind of like vests. So I'm going to keep going on this one, and that will be something else in the wardrobe. So that's the progress on the Spotlight WIP, or the WIP Spotlight. And let's have a little convo about what's next in queue, because do I need something else to cast on? Yeah, totally do. I am going to cast on the Solulu. I don't know how to say it, but Jen and I, my friend Jen and I, we make fun. Solulu, I don't know how to say it, but here it is. This is an amazing sport weight yarn in the Shanaco base by the by Susie of Fiber MacGyver in the colorway Brick, in the colorway Deep Thoughts. So this one is going to be very blue. Let me put the swatch down. Let me, there, right there. I think that this is going to be stunning in that color work. So again, Fiber MacGyver, Shanaco Sport in the Brick, Spin Cycle exclusive. This was the Woolen Affair exclusive for Brooklyn General. That's a question, not a statement. I don't know. But in the colorway Deep Thoughts. So that is going to be that. I have swatched, and what a conundrum. So this is not a very size inclusive pattern. This, I got an amazing fabric. I love the fabric that I got. I used the recommended needle size, but I am not on gauge. So the recommended gauge is 26 stitches for every 4 inches. I'm at 22, and that is about 1 stitch per inch, which over several hundred stitches is going to make a difference. So my friend Jen and I did a little math, and the math on this one, so if you take the total, like I went to a size that had the finished requirements. I went to the size that most closely matched the finished bust circumference, took the number of stitches, and divided the number of stitches for that cast on by 5.5, which is my stitches per inch. I'm at 5.5 stitches per inch. And yeah, and that got me to the right number, or the right size, sorry. So yeah, I don't have the math in front of me, but it went something like that. But I ended up having to, the challenge was that I was right between sizes. And so I had to do a little sweater math, as we say, to make sure that I was confident in the size. You hate to do all of that work and have it come up too big or too small. So this is going to be the next cast on. I cannot wait for this. I'm trying to be disciplined. For what reason, I don't know, because that I'm aware, there's no WIP police or anybody monitoring what I'm doing besides me. So that is going to jump on the needles. And yeah, let's do a podcast spotlight, and then we'll hop into some stash enhancements. So podcast spotlight. There are so many podcasts I watch, so many that I enjoy, and so many people that I appreciate who spend their time doing this. So the one that I want to highlight this time is Knit All the Things. She is West Maven Knits on Instagram, and she wants to be your knitting bestie. So go check her out. Her term, not mine. She is so much fun. The patterns, what I really appreciate about Knit All the Things. Yeah, I have that right. Her name is Laurel. What I really appreciate about her is that she really does some very technical knitting. She gets out of the mainstream box. And what I mean by that is even though she may do a mainstream pattern, she will she'll lean into it in a way that is like, oh, I never even thought to do that kind of a color palette or to do that with my yarn or to combine this or that. So I do learn a lot from her. I think that she's fantastic. She's also, there are times where she's a product knitter where she really wants it and has to lean into something kind of hard or really fiddly, and she'll just persevere and work through it and share lessons learned and has really cool pattern or really cool outcomes as a result. She also is, she loves to knit with black. I have several sweater quantities of black, from chunky to fingering, and I think even one in between. I think I even have a sport weight in a black. And I just haven't, you hear like, oh, it's so hard to knit with, and she doesn't seem to have a problem. And even if I did, I have lights for that, but she really is making me think about what I want in my wardrobe. That would be black, just like a classic staple. So go check her out. Laurel's lovely, and she's in the Pacific Northwest, so she takes you along to flock and sacred sheep and some of the things that she has access to readily in her area. So check her out, and we'll round out today with some stash enhancements. I already told you about this stash enhancement from my awesome friend Jess. Where do I begin? So this is, I don't have a ton of stash enhancements. This, check this out. Is this not phenomenal? Angie, you guys go check out Angie of Pearls and Pines. She has a subscription box. I do get it monthly. And her base is $75.25. And this is the color Topaz. This was my November box. I told Angie right away when I pulled it out, I said, this is going to be a muscle bra, because I just think, just the blue eyes, I just think this needs to be a muscle bra. I have gotten several things, like my box from the Knitted Butterfly. You guys, I'm so terrible because I so enjoy those and I just bust into them right away and I use them. So this was the mini from the Knitted Butterfly for December. And these are, I'm just all over the place. So that was the Knitted Butterfly. I'll try to dig out some of those charms here in a minute from December, but I've already put them away. It's probably not going to happen. Actually, we're just going to, not this time. I'll try to be more mindful of showing my Knitted Butterfly subscription. I just get so excited about it and I dig in and I put them on projects and or put them away right away. So back to the subscription. So Pearls and Pine subscription monthly. This is November. And I had aren't these cute? They're little turkeys. I'm going to keep these out actually, because I'm going to put those on a current project. Angie is also the maker behind Frolicking Leaves. I'll put the link below. Beautiful citrine necklace. And then at the, I'll put in some footage at the end of just things I've had going on in life. So I mentioned the movie that Angie hosted, Pearls and Popcorn. And look how cute these are. So I have probably mentioned this. Where we live, we have a university, and their mascot is the beavers. and we have a knitting beaver group. And so aren't these cute? Angie had these made up little Notion pouches. I've been waiting to show you all this so I can move into it. It's going to go in one of my project bags with all the things. I don't normally wait, but this literally just happened. So, and then I had to get a little matching bag, because why would you get one without the other? Just doesn't seem like logical to me. So I grabbed them both. So yeah, those are the stash enhancements this time. I haven't gotten any other clubs. I bet they'll be here any day. It's the end of November. I'll put some footage at the end with things I've had going on here and there. And we've just been, I'm so ready for a slow season. I think my heart and my mind and my body are telling me to slow down. Work is super, super crazy right now. So I am looking forward just to some slower pacing over the next couple of weeks. But and I know that sounds crazy with Thanksgiving coming up, but we're gonna head down and see my husband's family this weekend, and we do Thanksgiving in the US next Thursday. And my husband and I do that together. It's very quiet, it's mellow. We start to get out Christmas things, we play cards, we have a few beverages, and we usually have a big seafood fest. So we're not turkey fans, we like ham. We might do that this year, I'm not sure. But those are our plans. And it will just be a lot of knitting over the next week, both in the car and just relaxing at home. So very much looking forward to that. I'm going to leave you with this. So I had this idea that for a giveaway. I'm not going to show you what I'm going to give away, but in this Chelsea Luxe yarn bag that is see-through, I have kept every yarn band that I have used this year. And there's a lot. I'm going to flip it around. It's pretty fat. And I have a few project bags I need to go through to add a few more. But what I thought would be fun is on the last episode of the year, so sometime in the December timeframe, I will have you guess the number of bands that are in this bag. And the closest person to that will, up or over or under, closest person to the number, will win a fabulous prize package curated by me. So I will show that in an upcoming episode, but I just thought that would be so fun. I don't know why I started saving all these, but how fun. I mean, there's lots of Fiber MacGyver. There's lots of Snef Nug, Hummingbird, Chelsea Luxe. It's kind of fun to walk down memory lane with this. But anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do with all of these, but I had considered, and I know this is a little bit out there, but I had considered taking them and making some sort of garland, like hooking them into each other and making some sort of garland to put like as trim, like not as trim, but like as garland up above the ceiling of my craft room. I don't know why I want to do that, but I sure have saved a lot of them, and they're beautiful and fun. So why not? We'll see. Anyways, toward the end of the year, the latter part of the year, you'll guess closest person, over or under, will win a wonderful prize. And I'll come with that in the December timeframe. If you are in my area, so I guess I don't say that every episode, but I reside in northern Minnesota. Bemidji is the home of our local yarn store. And Angie, who owns the Yarn Cabin, the local yarn store, plus is the dyer behind Pearls and Pines. Katie, who is the dyer behind Hummingbird Yarn Co., and Jess and I. Well, Jess is the knitted butterfly, and me, Jen Loves Yarn, we are all hosting a holiday knit party in our community at a local restaurant, 209, on December 9th, 5:30. And we are going to have games and a yarn swap and all kinds of fun. So I'll bring some footage of that too. If you're in the area or close, consider coming to join us. I know it's hard. It's a Tuesday evening, but we would love to have you. And with that, I'm going to thank you for joining me today. If you haven't already, I would totally appreciate a like, a subscribe, a share, a comment, anything you're willing to do. Hype the video, all the things, much appreciated. Interact with me below. That is why I do this, to interact with all of you. And until next time, make what brings you joy.